That's not Jewish propaganda. That's not Israeli propaganda. That's not American Christian Bibi Netanyahu propaganda. No, the Persians are actually in bondage and they want to be free. Yeah, that's Persian truth. That's Venezuelan truth. And of course, Candace also attacks Turning Point Faith, Turning Point USA, and all evangelicals. And goes on and on about the death of evangelicals. The evangelicals are so evil. And Candace Owens has become a complete whack job of an individual. She's become a complete nutcase. And I've never said anything about her ever at all, whatsoever. But the hatred for the Jews, the blatant anti-Semitism, the Fakran mantra of the Jews causing slavery, the nonsense of trying to destroy Israel, saying that the Persians in Iran don't want to be free and that that's all Israeli propaganda. So you help perpetuate the oppression of 100 million Persians just because of your hatred for Israel. And you help perpetuate the oppression of all the Venezuelan people just because of your hatred for Donald Trump, because of your hatred for Bibi Netanyahu and Israel, going against evangelicals and Christians and trying to destroy Charlie Kirk's Turning Point Faith movement. By the way, he was a pro-Israel evangelical, insulting Erica Kirk and his family, and making crazy perpetuated claims about Charlie Kirk's sanity as well, that he was a time traveler. You want us to believe that he was like you and he thought that he was somewhere else? No, Charlie Kirk seemed a little bit more rational than that to me. And for us to completely overtake and overthrow everything that Charlie Kirk ever said about Israel, Christianity, evangelicalism, and all the world events. And by the way, Charlie Kirk would have been for the Persians and was against the Iranian oppressive regime. And by the way, Charlie Kirk would have been for the Venezuelans and was against the narco state of Venezuela. Okay? And the drug cartels. You want us to go ahead and disregard all of Charlie Kirk's entire legacy because of a couple of tweets that you supposedly received 2 weeks before he died that completely overturn everything that he ever said before. And that you're more of a stance because of Erica and his family and all of Turning Point USA. And it started off, and I don't like Nick Fuentes, really. I think Nick Fuentes is hilarious to watch. I watch him on a regular basis because I roll on the floor because I cannot stop laughing watching this guy because it's just funny, the things that he says. Now, I don't agree with Nick Fuentes on his stance with Israel or the Jews or any of this, but what he said about Candace Owens was spot on. His take is spot on about her going crazy. He was saying it started off as Turning Point USA was mad because there were millions of dollars there that they were going to lose because of Charlie Kirk, so they tried to cover up who really killed them. And then it turned into, by the way, the Jews in Israel actually helped them do it because the narrative that he was going to switch was for the Jews in Israel, and it was a Jewish donor. And then it turned into they then just to cover it up, they killed him. And then it turned into and Israel did it, and now it's Israel, Egypt, France, and the entire world and the United States of America, and therefore Mossad and the CIA and probably Trump are involved in it, and Macron as well, and that the reason why they all did it has now turned into because they were studying him ever since he was a little child, and he was a time traveler from another dimension. He was 11 Stranger Things who's blowing things up with his mind, and they had to stop the Indigo Child from changing to a whole nother narrative because he was too powerful, and I'm an alien, and they were too scared of both of us, which is why they've been watching both of us, and they were using Operation Looking Glass to see where he was going to go, and since he was going to go a different direction, pro-Israel, they didn't want him to go, and he was going to help the Venezuelans get free from Maduro and help the Persians get free from the Islamic Iranian regime. So what really happened is that his handler, Erica Kirk, now she hasn't said that so far, but we're just saying that's the direction it's going, right? His handler Erica Kirk and their whole family and all Turning Point USA had to murder this guy because everything in his entire life was a lie, just like everything in Candace's life is a lie, and that's just how it is. You really want us to believe that? And now I feel more like what Piers Morgan was saying. I don't even like Piers Morgan. But I feel now what Piers Morgan was saying at the end of that interview with Candace where he said, the thing is, Candace, because he was talking about how he doesn't like Alex Jones and Sandy Hook. I love Alex Jones. If you go back and look at it, I don't even think he said anything about Sandy Hook because he really didn't. He had a guest on there that talked for 10 minutes. He didn't say anything. He didn't even agree. And I don't think that Alex Jones he wasn't trying to attack Sandy Hook families. What he was trying to say was that the government takes advantage of situations like that to try to get rid of gun laws. I think that that's true. And he was also trying to essentially say that maybe the government was help behind it, helped to orchestrate it on purpose just so that they could have propaganda against gun rights. I don't know. I could understand why somebody would think that. I could understand why someone would think that. I could understand why someone would think that. That's not because they're attacking the integrity of the children that were murdered, which is tragedy, obviously, or even the people and the parents and the people that were connected to it, because you feel horrific for them too. But that you think that the government is so evil that why would they not do something like that? It's because of your lack of trust for the integrity of the government. You would not put it past them to do something like that, which is, I think, what Alex Jones was trying to say. But regardless of that, Pierce Morgan, he doesn't, I don't like Pierce. But even he said, I don't think that I think Alex Jones actually believed what he said about Sandy Hook. But you, Candace, I cannot say that I confidently believe that you actually believe the conspiracy narratives that you are perpetuating about Charlie Kirk and all this. And when he said that, I was like, that's big. That's big for him to say that, because what he's telling everybody at home is that he's telling them that in his gut, he feels like Candace Owens is really just trying to perpetuate the craziest narratives humanly possible just to get views and clicks, not because she actually believes them. I thought that was really interesting. And now that I see what she just said about him being a time traveler and Sumerian technology and Operation Looking Glass, I am now under the impression that that is probably correct.